All right, Shalom, Micah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to get into a lesson concerning how Esau will not fulfill his agenda. See, at the end of the day, everything that's taking place upon the planet Earth is going according towards the intents and purposes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And Esau, reign of terror, was a part of that plan. But the thing is, this man would not be cemented in the earth, so to speak, by the way of him, accomplishing his new world order. Which the bridge to that, as we see in this process take place upon the planet Earth, the mandate of that sea hill. As now we have the CBDCs. Over here in the US, you got this thing called Fed now, which is that beginning stages. And eventually, you're going to have to get pricked. It's going to be mandated. But this is according to this man's agenda. The New World Order. This is that bridge to it. So this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all. And when you go into this word calls of, it pretty much means to ordain. And that's what he's going to do. It's going to be on paper. It's going to be a document. It might be 1,000 pages long. Why you got to take it or else. And that Crown Vic was a prelude to it, where that jab, without it, you was pretty much restricted. You couldn't go into certain businesses. You had to have the face diaper, as well as you took the jab. You know what I mean? But you still had to wear the face diaper because you still might get it. But the point is that without that thing, it was restrictions. How much more that thing? But it was law. In certain areas, they had to, take it. Or if they didn't, you couldn't go into these things. So this is it's like Psalms chapter 12. And I start at verse 3. It reads, "The Lord shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speak of proud things." And that's concerning the so-called white man. Because ultimately, this is how the system set up according to his thoughts of how things are supposed to be ran. And this system, that's why I talks about it also in Isaiah. The thing framed, say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. And you seeing that play out. By the way, how this world is this system is going. Because the thing that was framed with the Lord, setting up the law, statutes, commandments. And this devil totally disannulled it and wrote his own form of laws, and statutes. So, and it said they're proud. So this shows that this is one of those characteristics that's associated with this devil. It says, "Who have said, with our tongue will we prevail?" See? Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? See? So that shows that's what this devil is going to do by the way of these laws and legislations. It's going to make him the Lord. It's going to have him over the people. That's why I say, who is Lord over us? With his tongue. Because these laws and legislations this devil have put forth, put him at an advantage. Matter of fact, let's get some real quick. Let's see. I think this Psalms 140. Bear with me. That's spirit. Yep. Psalms 140, verse 11. It reads, "Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth." See? And this devil is an evil speaker. From his laws and legislations, of course. You got the LGBT and SYZ to his rhetoric, the trends. But he's that evil speaker. It says, "Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him." And that's what World War III. That's that evil that's going to overthrow him. That's what's going to cement his downfall. But it said that evil speaker. Because that's the only thing that brings forth out of his mouth is mischief. And that seed hip is mischief. So going back to Revelation 13 and 16, because this is an act of desperation. This is his form of trying to get the birthright. By the way of this, it says, "And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead." So as you can see, it says he calls of all. So this is a law. And it's pertaining all that's in this system, man. No matter your status, pretty much, whoever you are, you in school or you a rapper, it don't matter. Concerning those that's in this system, because this is gonna be your way of submitting you on worshiping the image. This gonna cement it right here. You receiving that charagma. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." See? So without that thing, you're not going to be able to dwell within this system. But at the end of the day, as we just read in Psalms 140, the evil speaker will not be established. This man doing all these things. He was, set up these legislations and laws and get this technology, and everything is becoming digital. He has beefed up this military. Despite all that, this nigga still ain't gonna win, man. Let's get something. Because the so-called white man proceeds to have power. And that's one of the reasons why people still flock to this man. It talks about how the God of the word have blinded them. And that's by the way of what he presents, that display of power, the face still on the money. All this influence the so-called white man have on 2/3 of our people. It talks about that also in Isaiah 31. They trust on chariots and horses because they are many. That's what is perceived had. This man is gonna continue, but that's not the case. Psalm 73, and I start at verse 3. "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." And we are always at that, was envious at the foolish, meaning we falling out of the ways of this devil, man, and what he presented as how to live and what's a certain status. He set the standard pretty much, because they were prospering. This is the way. This is how you're supposed to live. This is wealth and how to display. That's why a nigga his driving force is to go and stunt. He in the worst part of the neighborhood, stunt, because that was presented. That's one of the forms of that. Going to school and trying to get you a degree and find a career. That's one of those forms of being envious at the foolish. It says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Yeah, this devil's, like I said, his face on the money, man. He's still in power. You know, it says they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Yeah, because this is their time to rule. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. And as you can see, the word pride is there, which is associated with the Edomites, which are so-called the modern day so-called white man. Everything that's associated with him is pride. It's pride. You got the Pride Marines, proud to be an American. Gay pride. All those things are associated with the so-called white man. And as you can read the book of Obadiah, it talks about the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. So that's one of the characteristics of Edom, is pride. And it's pride. And this man is bound by it. It compares them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. That's another sign that shows that's Esau. Because violence, that's his uniform. That's what he's about. The sword. And who was given that blessing? E. So let me jump down. It says, when I thought to know this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High. Then understood I therein. See, so as you can see, us coming to the sanctuary of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, having this truth, we was being enlightened. No, I said, then understood I therein. We have been, that spell was broken. Because now you ain't focused on trying to find a career, make your bed here in America. The Lord has woke us out of that dead state, the grave, pretty much. And we see that there is an end. Therein, who? The foolish, the proud, the violent man, the Edomites, the so-called white man. And all these things this man is doing, these secret councils, and you presenting this form of a better way, this upgrade in society. So as you say, the fourth industrial revolution, which is a snare. Guess what? It's an end. This man is not going to continue. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Proverbs 23 and verse 17. It reads, let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. See, he says, just going back, we being envious at the foolish. We not, though. We're not fretting. We're not envying this devil. We're not following after his ways. Why? Because we're in the fear of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. It says, for surely there is an end, see, concerning the sinners. You see, they prospering. This devil's able to do things. And even this nigga keep boasting and talking shit. This devil Hawari, saying, pretty much he's saying, I am, and there's none besides me. When you look at going to these nigga interviews, he's saying that I am. He's saying he the Most High in so many ways. And blatantly, and a lot of times they blatantly say it because of their technology, their witchcraft, the certain wisdom the Lord have given them. But guess what? The wisdom is being taken away now. And that's the beginning stages of your downfall. When your wisdom was taken away, now you have been caught. You robbed the bank without the mask. You left the mask in the car. Now your face plastered all over the news. It says, for surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. See? And so we got an expectation that that you go down and our kingdom will be established. See, that end, your end and our expectation go hand in hand. Read Proverbs the 10th chapter. Your downfall is our upbringing. Lazarus and the rich man as well. You read that story. Which we seeing this process taking place with coming towards the rich man dying, the Lazarus dying, and this changing of the guard, so to speak. And this devil feel that, man. So matter of fact, let's get this in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. Let's see in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 16. It says, "As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection." See, and that's concerning you devils, man. It said the children of adulterers shall not come to their perfection, meaning that their plan will not be accomplished. Matter of fact, let's get a couple of precepts. The book of Psalms, going back to Psalms chapter 140. And in verse 8 it reads, "Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked." See, and what the desires of the wicked? To Christ's enterprise success. To have these people under this global captivity by the way of that sea help, that charagma. That's what it's ultimately coming down to. As we can see, everything is becoming to a point. Talks about how everything shines brighter and brighter to the perfect day. Everything is becoming clearer and clearer, man. So that's this man. He's trying to meet those desires are trying to be met. That's why it says, when he began to eat, that's when the Lord's gonna rain upon him. Right when he finna swallow, because the Lord's gonna allow this man to have people to have that thing. People doing transactions with him. It's gonna play out what Chris talk about, how to cancel that pus. All that is gonna play out, but the point is this man is not gonna be able to capitalize and cement that. It says, "Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked." See, further not his wicked device. See, so it shows he's gonna have some type of. It's gonna have a time period that I talked about, the hour of temptation, the time of Jacob's trouble. Scripture says immediately after the tribulation. So there's going to be a time period where this devil's going to allow that, where it says device, which it means a plan or a scheme. But that word device in this modern times is concerning something electronic. That's not a coincidence, because that device is going to lead to a device, man. It says, "Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves." Salah, see? So they're not going to come to their perfection. Their plans is not going to be cemented. So going back, Solomon 3 in verse 16, it says, "As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out." See? And who is that concerning? The Edomites. And it said the seed because this is the time. Jeremiah the 49th chapter talks about when the Lord visit Edomites, and it says their seed is going to be spoiled, and their neighbors, and he is going to be as nothing, man. Roughly paraphrasing. And it is an unrighteous bed. How this man was able to establish this kingdom by the way of blood and iniquity. Talks about that in the book of Habakkuk. 100 built of a town by blood and established a city by iniquity, man. So of course this and it's going to be a violent way is going to be rooted out. It says, for though they live long, yet they shall be nothing regarded. Yeah, because this man has had a long run. But guess what? It's not like it's gonna be a museum for Esau in the kingdom, the way you can remember the achievements of the killing, fuck a nigga, man. Salakia. It says, in their last age shall be without honor. See? Talks about it also in I think that's Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. A rich man is not honored for he's only honored for his riches. He's dishonorable in his riches. It says, or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. And yeah, they is gonna die quickly by the way of no World War III. Talks about that within 4 and 1 hour is that judgment come. So all these centuries of building up to this moment, it's going to be a precise way you're going to be taken out. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. See? So this devil's not going to come to his perfection. It's going to be a horrible end to him. And he know that. He understand that concerning this report that it's no good news, and he only got one shot. It's not like you can have a mulligan, but they will not come to their perfection. So yeah, Akim, I hope it was edifying. Like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachah, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that's teaching word on true faith and sincerity. DTA, soon, very soon.